I got to say, football's better when Brett Favre's involved. And
Why?
He's great television. He's a huge personality. He was a great teammate. I used to make fun of John Madden, how much he loved Brett Favre, until the very end of his career, and I was like, damn, this dude he just loves this game. Brett Favre should be involved in football. Even if he turned out to be a train wreck as a head coach, I would love to see it happen. I would love to chronicle that.
You're going to subject a team to having to deal with him as their head coach?
He would be awesome. He loves the game and knows the game.
Indecisive guy ever. He started talking about retirement in 2002. You know when he retired? 8 years later. That guy had no idea what he was doing. He even joked that he didn't know the plays. And I will just say this, he clearly does not know how to operate his cell phone in the best interest of the team.
Oh, that's wrong. You're wrong for that.
Ooh, I love you, Brett.
Shots fired.
Hey.
Listen, I would say, I played with Brett for a year, played against him many times, and Brett is one of the most fun-loving guys. It's hard for me to picture him as the face of a franchise. But I do believe with his intellect, with his ability to play the game and what he understands and knows about the game, what he learned from Andy Reid, what he learned from Mike Holmgren, that he is leaving something on the table if he doesn't come back and help some guys. Now, I still have a problem with how he handled Aaron Rodgers, by not helping him along, because that's what veterans do, saying it's not my job, to help this guy become the best that he can be. I have a problem with that. But I think he's past that. He's beyond that. And I think he would be a great quarterbacks coach. I think he'd be a great offensive coordinator in the passing game, because he clearly understands that. The guy just threw the ball all over the map throughout his career. I think he'd be great in that role.
I think his understanding of the game, you're right, he has some things that he could bring to a team. I don't see him as a head coach. I really don't see that, because I think part of the things that you're talking about, just like the not teaching Aaron Rodgers aspect of things, maybe he is past that. But I think playing the game is so technical. Everyone thinks about, the fun and the ability that he had to just make things happen, that gunslinger's mentality. Well, you can't teach that. And I think he's so great at what he did and the way he did it. I think he would have a difficult time coaching someone in that aspect. But I do what you say as far as his understanding of the game and being a passing game coordinator, being the type guy that can sit in the room and hopefully get that across to some guys. I think he could help in some aspects of it. But I think his approach, because coaching is teaching. So you got to be able to get it out of your head into the butts in the seats. And the way he did it, I don't know if you can explain that to the next guy.
And to be a coach, you either have it or you don't. It's a leadership skill. So he had the opportunity, if he wanted to be a coach and really help Aaron Rodgers, and he chose not to. So I don't know how you can just turn on that switch to internally feel like I want to be a leader and be helping other
time can do some of that, because at the time I think that was a threat to him.
Well, absolutely.
So,
but I don't think you're a successful quarterback in the NFL without having those leadership qualities. So it's in there. Now, his ability to communicate it on many different levels, because you've got to be able to do that with players. Some players learn in a multiple ways, and can you, as a quarterback coach or offense coordinator, go to a guy and explain it in a way that he can understand it? That would be a major question.
Look, to me, the Aaron Rodgers thing can be explained by when a guy with that much talent shows up and he plays your position, he don't need no help from me. This guy's more talented than I am. It's not the right thing to do, but I'm just saying I understand.
You know how many times as an eighth round draft pick, they try to draft somebody and bring him in to steal my job, and he was assigned to me to take him under my wing? I taught him everything I knew, taught him the offense, however he could learn it. Bring it on. As a competitor, you don't worry about that, because he might play, but he ain't playing my position.
Part of being a vet, especially with an organization like the Green Bay Packers that is established and it's about winning championships, you know that part of being a vet is to teach the next guy how to take your job. Exactly. That's how teams continue to grow and sustain that level. And that's a major part of it.
Let me give you one last point in Brett's favor, and because we've talked around it. We've turned the NFL into a classroom, and he's got to be a professor and blah, blah, blah. The NFL and football, a lot of it has to do with emotion and passion and just wanting to play the game, wanting to do the hard work that it takes to play the game. Mm-hmm. And a coach has to be able to inspire you. That's again, they have. Can he run through a brick wall?
No,
yes,
no.
yes.
A coach's job is not to motivate me. A coach's job is to teach
motivate
me.
you.
No. The coach's job is not to motivate any player. His job at the professional level is to teach them eye progression, hand placement, reads, and knowing exactly what it is you're supposed to do. That is the job of a coach.
Coaches.
Well, he has to do that before he becomes a head coach.
There are some teams.
Yes, you got to lead a chalkboard in front of a room before you make it to the head coach.
There are some teams and some coaches that teach that way, but the great teams that I played on, when I went to Green Bay my second to last year and Denver, my last year, there was a certain level that you were expected to play to. And if you didn't play to that level, bye-bye.